How Mother Theresa became the inspirational woman we know today. Mother Theresa, the famous founder of the Order of the Missionaries of Charity, who devoted her life to helping the poor. But how did a little girl who lost her father at a very tender age grow up to become such a powerful and influential woman? Mary Theresa Boyajou was born with the name Agnes Gongsa Boyajou on August 26, 1910, in Skopje, Yugoslavia, to Nicola and Drana Boyajou. She was baptized a day after her birth in Skopje. Theresa later considered August 27, the day she was baptized, as her true birthday. She would later adopt the name Mother Teresa, where she was honored as Saint Theresa of Calcutta in the Roman Catholic Church. Her father Nicola was a politician and also a successful construction business worker. He was able to cater for his family with all the necessities. Hence, Theresa did not lack anything as a child. However, nothing much was known about her early childhood experience. Theresa was the youngest of her parents' 3 children. Aga was the first child, and Laza was the second. Her family was rich enough and was able to conveniently afford to have 2 houses. When Theresa was about 8 years old, she lost her father. Her father's sudden death left the family in slight financial straits. However, Theresa's mother started a textile business, which helped her to properly take care of the family. All through her childhood, Theresa was influenced by her family to get involved with the church. It was reported that Theresa completed both her elementary and high school education in church schools, though some believed she went to a state-run secondary school. She was an active member of the choir, literacy session, and the drama section. Theresa generally loved reading, especially articles about missionary service and life in India. This later influenced her decision to become a missionary nun. Theresa was then encouraged by her mother to help those in need and care about their religion. Theresa's mother often took clothing, food, and other necessary items to the sick and destitute of their church parish. Such were her contributions that eventually people would say this about Theresa's family. Boyajou family had long been known in Skopje for their generosity towards the town's poor and downtrodden. When Theresa was 12, during one of the annual pilgrimages to the Church of the Black Madonna in Legnica, she first experienced a call to the religious life. By 1928, when Theresa was 18 years old, she was moved by a desire to become a missionary. So she joined the Institute of the Blessed Virgin Mary Sisters of Leroto in Ireland. There was where the name Sister Mary Theresa was given to her after St. Theresa of Lisieux. Later that year, Theresa departed for India and arrived in Calcutta in January 1929. In 1931, she made her first profession of vows, eventually was assigned to the Loreto Entally community in Calcutta and was taught at St. Mary's School for Girls. She made her final profession of vows in May 1937, which supposedly made her the spouse of Jesus for all eternity. Since then, her public name changed from Gongsa Boyajou to Mother Teresa. Theresa continued as a teacher at St. Mary's School for Girls and soon became the principal of the school in 1944. Theresa was a woman of profound prayer and showed a deep love for her students and religious sisters. Theresa spent 20 years in Loreto, which was filled with intense happiness. She was noted for her courage, unselfishness, charity, hard work, and natural talent for organizing. In 1946, while Theresa was in a train ride to Darjeeling from Calcutta for an annual retreat, she reportedly had an encounter with Jesus. She explained that Jesus' thirst for souls and love gripped her heart, and the desire to satisfy this thirst became her driving force. Theresa stated that Jesus asked her to build a religious community to serve the poor. Missionaries of Charity. After about 2 years of discernment and testing, Theresa got permission to begin. In August 1948, she left her beloved Loreto convent to begin her service to the poor. She went for a short course with the medical mission sisters in Patna. She returned to Calcutta, where she found temporary accommodation with the Little Sisters of the Poor. Later that year, Theresa visited the slums for the first time. She visited poor families, nursed a woman dying of hunger and tuberculosis, cared for an old man lying sick on the road, washed the sores of some children, and so on. She was devoted to serving Jesus Christ in the unwanted, the unloved, the uncared for. She was later joined by some of her former students. In October 1950, the community, the Missionaries of Charity, was officially launched in the act houses of Calcutta. In the 1960s, Theresa began sending out sisters to other parts of India to further her service to the poor. To further her service to the physical and spiritual needs of the poor, Theresa established the Missionaries of Charity Brothers in 1963. In 1965, she opened a missionary house in Venezuela and soon found her foundations and missionary home in Rome, Tanzania, and eventually on every continent. Soon, the world began to turn its eyes towards Theresa's charity work. She received several awards, which include the Indian Padma Shri Award in 1962 and the notable Nobel Peace Prize in 1979. She established the Contemplative Branch of the Sisters in 1976, the Contemplative Branch of the Brothers in 1979, and the Missionaries of Charity Fathers in 1984. In 1983, Theresa experienced a heart attack in Rome during a visit to Pope John Paul II. She had a second attack in 1989, after which she was given an artificial pacemaker. In 1991, she had pneumonia in Mexico, after which she suffered more heart problems. She offered to resign as a Superior General of the Missionaries of Charity, but she was voted to stay by the sisters of the congregation in a secret ballot, and she agreed to continue. During the last phase of her life, she was faced with increasingly severe health problems. Nevertheless, Theresa continued to govern her community and render her service to the needy and the poor and the church. Theresa fell in April 1996, causing her to break her collarbone. 4 months later, she developed malaria and had another heart failure. Though she underwent heart surgery, her health status was not improving. By 1997, Theresa's Missionaries of Charity had gotten about 4,000 sisters, 300 brothers, and established about 610 foundations in 120 countries of the world. These foundations included hospitals and homes for patients suffering from tuberculosis, leprosy, and HIV/AIDS, soup kitchens, schools, orphanages, and children's and family counseling programs. Theresa elected her successor and resigned in March 1997, and then made one more trip abroad. She met with Pope John Paul II for the last time before she returned to Calcutta, where she spent her last weeks instructing her sisters and receiving visitors. Mother Theresa died on 5th September 1997, 5 days after the death of Princess Diana. Her body was laid in an open casket in St. Thomas, Calcutta, for about a week before her funeral. She was given a state funeral by the Indian government in appreciation of her relentless services to the needy, poor, and all religions in India. Her body was buried in the Missionaries of Charity's headquarters. Soon after her burial, her tomb became a place of prayer and pilgrimage for many people from different faiths. Mother Theresa was a rare and unique individual who used what she had to serve and cater to the needs of others. She did not consider a life of pleasure, but left a record of invincible hope, unshakable faith, and intense hard work, and extraordinary charity. She can be said to be a symbol of compassion, persistence, and peace to the world. Thank you very much for watching our videos. We'll like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other videos we've handpicked for you to enjoy next. We love you.